Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about the project for Intro to ERP. The project is already on OneNote. If you go to collaboration space, project section, you can see that there are three pages pertaining to the project. Okay, the project page, the client page, and the group client page. Okay. So if you download the PDF file on the project page, so you should have this. Okay, right. So the project is assigned week 9. This is week 9. Okay, and the project is due week 14, Friday before 5 p.m. So a little bit about the project. The project is about preparing an ERP proposal for a client. So this client is a fictional company that was established during TTP. Okay, so the TTP team that I supervise, so I take those and as the client for the project. Okay, so the project allows students to propose an ERP solution by following a proper methodology, basically step by step process. The learning outcome of this project is that at the end of you doing this project, you are able to report in writing and also in verbal, which means a presentation. In preparing a simple ERP system proposal for a company. So the task basically is for you to prepare an ERP project proposal for a client, and this client is a fictional client. It's a fictional company from my days supervising TTP projects, and also you need to not only prepare the proposal in writing, you also have to conduct a presentation on your findings. Okay, so a little bit about the client. So who are the clients? The clients are fictional company which was established during TTP. So the document for all clients, which is basically the TTP report, is located in collaboration space project the client, just like I showed you earlier. So the document is basically a TTP report. So if you have done TTP before, if you are currently doing TTP, so you would know the level of depth on that report. Okay, so some detailed information might not be available in the report. So if it is not available, then you need to assume. So you need to state your assumptions. So each team will be assigned to a client. So the client assignment is located in the collaboration space project group client. Also one of the pages that I've shown you earlier. Okay, so what do you need to deliver at the end of week 14? The deliverable is a report which is 70% of the whole project. The PowerPoint slides, which accounted for 10%, and a presentation, which is 20%. For the report, these are the recommended structure. Firstly, you need to have an executive summary. It's not really recommended; it's mandatory. Okay. First, you need the executive summary, and then the introduction about the report. Okay, so for example, what are you proposing? Who are your clients, and so on. And third will be the objectives of the proposal. Okay. Fourth is the success failure of ERP implementation at companies similar to your client. So if your client is, for example, a bicycle manufacturer, so you need to find any articles or literature that shows the success and failure of ERP implementation in manufacturing bicycles. But for this particular project, all of the clients are basically software companies. So you need to find any success or failure of ERP implementation in software companies. Item number 5 is the ERP team. So these are your team members. So you need to figure out who plays what role. Okay. And item number 6, organizational structure of the client. So because of the TTP, as you know, consists of team members, and these team members, they assume specific roles such as a CEO, CFO, CIO, and other roles. Okay, you also need to do some business process modeling. You need to model business process within the sales and marketing, human resource, CRM, and SCM. Okay, so you don't have to be really comprehensive. For example, in sales and marketing, what will be the sales order process, for example? Okay, supply chain management, what will be the business process to procure vendors, material from vendors? But of course, it needs to be, when I say business process, it should it should encompass other functional areas. Okay, so TTP report probably does not have this kind of information, so you can assume some of this. In fact, you can assume all of these business processes. Okay. Once you have modeled the business process, you need to propose an ERP system or ERP software. There are approaches in selecting an ERP software. So you need to Google on what will be the methods or the ways in selecting an ERP software. Okay. And then once you have selected an ERP software for the particular client, you should describe that ERP software. Basically, you describe in terms of the functional module that the ERP software has and also its functions. Right? So, of course, ERP vendors is either they are as broad as SAP or probably focusing on a specific functional area. I would suggest that you find or you select an ERP vendors that cater these 4 functional areas. Okay, so you need to describe the functional module that pertains to sales and marketing, the functional module and functions for human resource, CRM, and SCM. You also need to describe the system architecture that the ERP software is adopting, whether it is client server or MVC, any programming languages that they use in order to fulfill extra requirements from the client. So all these technical requirements or technical information needs to be in the report as well. Item number 11 is about training. Of course, the staff or the people within the client or the organization needs to be trained. So you need to specify what will be the training objective, what will be the prerequisite knowledge that the participant needs to have upon entering or upon joining for training, and what will be the training schedule like. You also need to propose the ERP cost. You need to take into account not only the software but also the development, the consultants, and so on. So what will be the hardware requirements to install the ERP systems, and you need to suggest future ERP enhancements. This is item number 14. So if you are, for example, you choose SAP, okay. If you choose SAP, you have to specify what will be the industry or the domain that you are selecting within SAP. Okay, whether you are looking into SAP ERP, SAP CRM, or SAP for a specific industry. So those are the kind of things that you need to talk about when you are proposing SAP. The in thing right now for SAP is SAP HANA, where you are allowed to do, where you are enabled to do some business analytics or data analytics. So that is for SAP HANA. Or if you're not choosing SAP, you are choosing a more watered down ERP software, then you can look into cloud ERP. Okay, I think that all ERP vendors have their cloud architecture or cloud component, but cloud ERP is also could be a future ERP enhancement. Okay, to submit, you need to upload your project document into Turnitin, because you need to download the similarity report. So you download the similarity report, and then you need to create a page in collaboration space project section and name it as group project intro to ERP. So you need to have your group name followed by project intro to ERP, and in this page you would attach the report, okay, and also the turn it in similarity report, which should be less than 30%. And another thing that I miss out here, also you need to attach the PowerPoint slides as well. Okay, so basically there are three, not two, okay, there are three documents that you need to attach in your group page. Firstly is the report, secondly is the PowerPoint slides, and thirdly is the turn it in similarity report, which should be less than 30%. Okay, so if I go back to my OneNote, so these are the client. Okay, if I go to the client page, these are the client. Bear in mind, do not modify all these three pages, okay, because these are my page. For the client, there are 5 clients, and this client will be assigned to the group. Okay, so if you go to group client page, you can see that your group, okay, and also the client that you are assigned to. So for example, like tech corps, your client is receipt box. So tech corps, you have to download the receipt box, look at their documents, and you can start right away doing the project. Okay, so you have 5 members here in one group, so you can assign one person doing or handling a specific task, like you have one person doing one functional area, for instance. Okay, so I need you to look into all these documents, okay, the project, read them up, and on Monday, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, see you guys Monday.